Welcome back to the Brothers in Deep End podcast. It's your host, Ethan Addison. We're here with my co-host, Adrian.
Yo.
Kevin.
What up?
Here today, we got my great friend, former football teammate, Jonathan Lewis. He's an extremely knowledgeable and wise person, but his perspective and outlook on life came with a cost. So, Jonathan, let's dive deep into that shocking story you shared with me over FaceTime a couple weeks ago. Take us back to the top.
Yeah, sure. So I remember starting off, it was with my homegirl, right? We knew each other for about 5 years. And when I first met her, she was cool, like we used to hang out, used to chill after school, she used to come by. So everything was just cool, cordial. After high school, I went to college, Mercy College in Westchester. Shout out Westchester. It's a beautiful place. And she used to come around more often, and we used to catch up more and chill. And as time went by, she told one of my homeboys, Jay, that she liked me. And I didn't really see her in that way, I just really, that's my friend.
And how long were you guys friends before she told your boy that, I think I'm feeling Jonathan?
Like 6-7 years? Like 6 years?
Oh, wow.
6-7 years, yeah.
Okay,
6-7 years for like a minute. Yeah. So when she said that, I was just like, I'm not even feeling it. Like, I don't even see you in that way.
Right.
So my boy was like, just try it. Give it a try. I'm like, all right, you know what? Gave it a try. At first, everything was amazing. We started our relationship in December. My birthday was in January. January hits. My birthday comes around. Shorty gets me a whole hotel room, gets me clothes. I woke in the room after work. There's clothes. There's food. She had these notes written on the mirror with like little words of affirmation, like, you're so special to me. Thank you for giving me.
Right, she was treating you and whatnot.
Dope.
So she was basically, you could say, safe to say that she was doing everything right as a girlfriend or a girl showing appreciation to her man.
Yes.
Okay.
Like how I would imagine to, and how I would always dream for a woman to treat me. So everything's going great. Even in April, spring break comes around for school. She flies me out to Miami, and she's like, she's pressing me about it, like, no, she got it, and I'm like, okay, it's good to be in the backseat sometimes. So we go to Miami, it's me, her, my boy Jake comes along later on the trip, and we're all having fun. Everything's cool. She's putting money down, and she's just there. She's present. So months roll by, semester ends, everything is still going good, everything's beautiful. And around, I would say, July, August, things get a little shaky. So she comes from a one parent household. So it was just her mom. And her mom always have gotten into it, which is cool. That's just
family. It happens.
It happens, right? But then they really started getting back and forth, and she got kicked out.
Yeah. I feel like whenever, I'm not giving no relationship advice or whatnot. I just feel like whenever there's something wrong with the foundation, later down the line, something's going to be a little wrong or something. That's like a cue you got to take just for anybody.
Right.
When their foundation's a little broken or whatnot. Because you saying that's already like, ooh, red flag. You know what I'm saying? Right off when you meet someone. We're not relationship experts or whatnot. We're talking off our experiences, but that's what, I'm saying, that's my feeling.
Yeah, that's what makes a person, their foundation.
Yeah. So that was, to me, when you said that, and when we was talking over FaceTime, that shit clicked in my head, ding. I was like, oh, you saying that was like, all right, there's a red flag there. Because I had my story with a girl in my past, she disrespected her moms and her father, so she didn't respect them, so she's not gonna respect me. Right. And I got done dirty, but we're not gonna talk about that. Right. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But boom. Right. So she got kicked out of her mom's and whatnot. She with you, so continue on.
So I gave her advice. Like you're saying, things started clicking to me that since she has been very respectful to me for the majority of the relationship, that now things are taking a turn where I'm seeing disrespect
towards you. And this is how long you guys been together for.
Right. It wasn't blatant disrespect, but it was like me telling her yo, that's your mom's, patch things up, and it was just kind of disregarding me. It was starting to be like she's doing her own thing. I think that's what I really saw her going on her own way, rather than trying to heed my voice. I mean, it's cool. I mean, you're your own person.
Yeah, and we just talked to see that. That's what we just talked about. And then
the foundation, you can only put up a front for so long. The mask got to come off,
Eventually.
Yeah, it hurts to keep a mask on too. So imagine how long she's been burning to just hold all that in. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
She's in your crib now, right? You guys
right. Yeah. So I tell my parents, yo, hey, look, this is my girl. She's in my crib. But here's a little minor detail from her getting kicked out to me going into my crib, right? Is she's pregnant with twins. So she comes to me, right, and says she's pregnant with twins. And I'm like, I can't believe it. I'm just like that doesn't add up to me. Like, in terms of how many times we've been intimate with each other, how many times, raw condom, it's just I did the ratio. The numbers don't add up. I could have pulled an accountant in the room and just be like, yo, does this make sense? It doesn't make sense. So I'm just thinking what? And she brings me a sonogram, a little pea pod. I'm like, bro, you probably ate something wrong. You probably ate castor too fast. I don't know.
But what's going through your mind though? All right, because I can imagine, because I was in a situation similar where ex-wife, she got pregnant, but me sitting there at 19, I'm just like, yo, what the fuck do I do right now? I'm 19 years old, shorty's pregnant. Yeah. What's going through my mind? I'm thinking about 1,800 million things. What's going through your mind? And not just one, but twins, bro. And how old are you right now when she's telling you this?
20.
20. All right, it's not even legal to drink yet, bro.
2020.
Word.
2020.
Word.
You hear me? That's crazy.
Yeah. It's not even legal to drink.
Exactly. Think about that, bro.
Yeah.
So what's going through your mind at that point?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, I did this. I was like, there's no way around it.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't think I did. She came back with evidence, pregnancy test, came back with the sonogram, and I'm like, you know what? I did this. I can't run away from it.
Yeah.
And I just have to handle this the best way I know how to, while keeping her safe and keeping me safe.
Which is
having these damn babies. There's two of them. It's twins. It's 2 lives. It's the pressure of even thinking about kicking out 2 lives is just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Mind-boggling, probably almost chaotic to my mind. Yeah. So it's 2 lives, 2 opportunities, 2 people.
Right. Adrian, two lives, 2 people, but Adrian had a good point.
Yeah.
Right? You're 20 years old.
Yeah.
She says, I'm pregnant with twins. Adrian says to her 19, you're pregnancy scare. I'm fucking 21. Right. If I had some scare like that, I'm like, oh shit. My life is I can't even think. Look at me right now. My eyes are bobbling right now. So, I mean, shit just got really real for you. So, you had to tighten down, you know what I'm saying? And then, but everything was just going, what's confusing to me is that over that call, everything was going so good, right? She was your homie, your friend and whatnot. And then, you made that step, you know what I'm saying? It happens. I think with people just gotta be organic. She was a good ass friend. And then it became, you know what I'm saying? A relationship. And then everything was going good, but then you really started to see your true colors when, you know what I'm saying?
You guys started becoming intimate because it just hit me. You guys were friends for 7 years, right? Friends for 7 years. And not once, you didn't get any type of indicator that this girl might be a little off? 7 years of friendship?
Maybe it hit through the intimacy or something? Maybe it was something then?
That's,
I don't know.
Because listen. So I think I was looking at a psychology study saying that it takes most people can only keep up a front for about 3 months. Obviously, some more than others, clearly. Yeah. But 3 months is about a good enough time where people can hold up a front. And even though we've all had experiences with females that had held up fronts with us, right. You know what I'm saying? And their true colors comes out. But at the same time, maybe, like you said, the true colors didn't come out until you stepped into that intimate stage of that point where now you're sharing feelings that you didn't share before when you were friends. You know what I'm saying?
Agree. It is a whole new set of feelings after all.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be honest too, me right now, I'm dating my best friend. We were best friends for a year, and to attest to that, there's things that are coming up now. Not that it's bad, but just issues that you wouldn't have prior.
I didn't see that, right?
I didn't see that. Where it's I saw you act like that before, but now you're doing it with me. But we're best friends at the same time. So why are you even acting like that with me when you already know how I am? That don't make sense. But again, we're cool, love you, baby, we're good. But I'm just saying, for you, it's I'm assuming you love this girl. You deadass love this girl. That's your bestie. 7 years. That's your bestie. So talk to me a little bit more. Now you're thinking, I'm with my best friend. I'm with Shorty. We got twins. I got to do what I got to do. What does do what I got to do even mean?
Do what I gotta do means make that money. You know, money, dollar rules everything. You don't have to do it. Money with everything. I mean, twins, you need money. Formula, that means you need twice the formula, twice the diapers, twice the resources, double the space. You need, and then all of a sudden now you need a whole lot more time. You can't make more than 24 hours in a day. So it's like, how do you handle that? And for me, I really have to say shout out to Jesus, you feel me, my Lord and Savior, because he definitely saved me mentally. I mean, keeping myself sane was really just keeping close to my church community, keeping close to my friends, my really intimate friends, and working over 40 hours a week, you feel me, like going to work at 8, leaving at 6, finding more work to do, finding what side hustle I can get into, finding where I could cut money and getting a tight budget on me. And getting a little back into the story, it got really hard when she moved in. And at one point in time, she told me that she lost her card, which she had access money to, her bank card that her company was paying her on.
Okay.
And she lost access. So she basically had no access to her money.
Okay. From
July to January. So from July 2019 to January 2020, she had no access to money.
And she's living at your house starting in July.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it don't that already sounds like suspect and fishy to me. So now she don't have no access to her money. So now you're like, holy shit.
I'm paying for everything.
So what's she doing? Like
nothing.
What the fuck is she doing?
Nothing.
Well, starting off, she was really getting up. She was going. You know, she was trying to make the most of herself, keeping herself busy. She would just be bouncing around, doing errands, doing her fair share. Like a preparation, because there's a lot to do. There's apartment viewings. There's looking at carriages and cribs and making wish lists. Yeah, there's always something to do. Plus, you have twins, so that means there's 2. Like, do we want to stay in Brooklyn? Like, all these things that you have to think about when you have another person that's their fair share.
Right.
Now, after a while, she becomes a couch potato. And all she does is lay in my bed all day long. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment with my parents. Oof. And at the time, it was also a family cousin staying with us with her 5-year-old daughter. So altogether, that's 6 people in a 1-bedroom apartment. Oof. And you're laying in my bed all day long and not helping my mother out. You know,
not doing nothing to help around the household at least. You know, if you're not,
you stop going to work too.
Yeah, I mean, like in my experience, like if I'm not doing nothing, right. I'm gonna at least do something in the household. You know what I'm saying? I gotta do something in the household to help.
To contribute.
So there's already a lot of red flags now. There's already a shit ton we talked about. But now she's a couch potato and not helping out your family too. So now you're thinking, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I like the fact that you said you mentioned something that was really good, that you was reaching out to people and getting help. Yeah. Just to bring this podcast, the meaning to it, that's what this is about. Brothers in the Deep End. You know, sharing a story and helping others listen to this, and maybe being someone that they could like look up to for advice. You know what I'm saying? If they don't want to reach out to like a mentor, or they're not in tune with their higher up or what the case may be, and they just want to hear a someone they don't know, you know what I'm saying, story. Right. This is what that's for. So it's just great that you're sharing that with us. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. But now she's a couch potato. Then is your mom saying anything to you? Like, what's going on here?
Mama Bear, since the day she walked through the door, Mama said, "Nah, that's not for you." I said, "Ma, come on, just give her a chance." Like, just
mother instincts are crazy.
Mother instincts equal killer instincts.
Yo, son, I've been through so many close calls. Yeah, and my mom off the bat would say, "Not for you, Kev," and I was so caught up in myself that I didn't listen. And I'm in these situations, at least for my past. So, I mean, son, moms, they just know what they're talking about. It's crazy, man.
To piggyback off of that, I didn't listen to my mom before I got into a female, and that situation ended up putting me through hell. And it could have been avoided if I listened to mom.
And that just relates to what he said, because his mom said she wasn't the one. You already got a whole bunch of red flags.
Yeah.
So okay, so now she's not doing shit, and then now what? You work, you're busting your ass.
Sheesh.
What's the next big red flag that was like, what? You know, another what the fuck?
This is getting closer to. We found an apartment, right? It was like 4 blocks away. I remember that I was at that time. I got really serious with my budgeting because before New York State passed the landlord thing where they didn't get their cut, it was 3 times the rent. So I got really serious with my budgeting and got rid of my debit card, and I would just be pulling out cash for the week.
Oh,
right. So I just went cash, and I remember a few Sunday nights I would come home with like $300 or $200 of cash, and I wake up Monday morning to leave for work, and I'm like, getting ready. I'm like, all right, let me get my cash for the week, keep it on me for the whole week, and I can't find my cash. Like, of course, everything that's happening real time, it doesn't feel the same. Like you just wake up, you look for your cash. I can't find my cash. Let me go to work. Of course I'm gonna tie this in at the end of the story, but that's what it felt like real time. I misplaced my money again. I need to be more responsible. Real time is like, hey, did you call ADP for that card? Yeah, I contacted them. Here's the email. Like, this is what's happening. She trying to get her bank card. Real time, it's like, it feels like a nuisance of life. But looking back, it's a clear red flag.
Right.
Like in the moment, things feel as though they're yellow. Like, oh, maybe not. And then hindsight is 2020, and you like that was obviously red.
Yeah.
And
it started piling up, right?
So
right.
So you notice the money's missing. That's one.
Right. Yeah. Randomly.
Okay.
And now we move in, and I pay the 3 times the rent by myself. We move in, the furniture, that's me. Everything regarding anything, it was just on me. And because, speaking to her, she would tell me that she would be in these depressed times, like she was feeling certain ways of anxiety, unprepared, and she was explaining to me how she felt between her and her mom's relationship. And it's like, being a dude that loves this woman, and at one point in time, I would honestly say madly, because I'm not going to sit here in front as if she didn't contribute to my life. Like, a lot of what I learned fashion-wise did come from her. A lot of what I've improved in myself and flaws that she pointed out in me was from her. But after all that productivity and seeing her go on such a decline, it's like, what can I do to help you back up to be that woman that I found you at? Yeah. And now that you're telling me all these emotional
That's baby
things,
mama too.
Yo, baby, you got my babies inside of you. Like, sure, let me just help you, right? And it's like month goes by, and it's like, now you're telling me, this is how you're feeling. I'm gonna be a sucker for it. I'm listening, like, oh my god, like that's what it is. Right. I'm like, okay, let's get therapy. Let's go do something. And it's like, that's what one of the processes looked like of why I stayed throughout the red flags of seeing, like, yo, you help elevate me, and it would be kind of twisted if I didn't do that in return when you needed it the most. Right. Plus, I'm the one that nutted in you and put those 2 things inside of you. Right. So how could I not? It's true. It's like, I put my dick inside of you, and now I'm just gonna be like, nah, like, you tripping, like, you on the low now.
Nah, so I'm like, you're doing what's right. I understand completely where you're coming from. Right. You had a lot invested in her. She brought value to your life, and when you see someone down like that, it's like, how can I get them back up? You know what I'm saying? And now you gotta do what you gotta do. Suppose, whoa. Let me not spoil the moment. Right? But okay, now she's saying that she got your kids and whatnot. Right. But did she have she showed you a sonogram and whatnot and all that, but did you go to the doctors with her with
all
the
checkups? All the meetings, all the appointments and stuff.
No, there was, I would say, since everything led up to 7 months, there were a good 4 appointments.
And you wasn't at one of them?
I didn't get to go to one.
And that's bullshit, because listen, my siblings are 10 and 13 years younger than me, and at 7 months, you don't go 4 times. Yeah. You don't go 4 times in 7 months.
It's once a trimester, isn't it?
Nah, bro.
I don't know how it works, but
bro. You're closer to the due date, you go like every week.
You're definitely, because they're checking dilation, they're seeing everything. They're everything. So that right there is a little, all right, so continue.
Yeah, and at the time, my sister-in-law, she was pregnant with my nephew, so it was like almost at pace. So I was asking, like, they was including the situation.
Comparing, contrasting situations.
So I'm like, yo, when did you go to the doctor? She's like, I went this week. And I'm like, did she go? I'm like, did she? And it's like every time I would leave work to go meet her at an appointment, it would be like a miscue. It'd be like she'd be just walking out, or like one time I got there and it's like on the 9th floor. and she didn't pick up her phone. And when she did come out, she was like, she didn't have service up there. I did get to go to one, actually, now that I remember. It was 5. I went to one, and that one came under scrutiny. Like, you know, it was my brother, my sister-in-law. We had meetings. There was a lot of meetings, you know, with family, friends. And they was like, no, like, he's going, and you're like, this is just happening, like pressure, checking up, like other outside people. So I get there, and now the doctor calls her, right? Well, you, like, love is a thing you have to be careful with.
Yeah.
Because they call her, right? And I'm getting up going with her, and then she tells, I think it was like, yeah, like she was like, wait a minute, right? So we sitting down, she's talking to me, and she's telling me how she feels uncomfortable with me in the room. So I'm like, that's bold. Like, nah, you're not catching me with this one. Like, I'm coming in the room, like, and I'm like, then she breaks down, like, that her mom was the only person that was always there for her in those times, and like,
bro.
But meanwhile, she's living in your crib because her mom's kicked her out.
Hold on, this just sounds like this just sounds like a whole lot of fucking bullshit.
Yeah,
it sounds like one big headache,
all
bro.
the shit you just told us, and I don't even know how much minutes. It just sounds like to me bullshit. Bull. And it's like my man Jonathan was like
providing.
You had feelings, right?
Yeah.
You was in love.
Yeah.
So. Holy shit. Okay, you was in love.
You can't
and
distort
then,
nothing.
Yeah. But like, what was like that final straw for you? Because when you're stuck in love, what's like that breaking point? That's like, I gotta, that brings you back. Because love could kind of get you like
blind.
Like that. Yeah, where you don't even walk to the appointment and you don't even go in the room.
So what was that? What was those moments where it was like, all right, this is the final straw. Like, I'm like, nah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what was those moments?
Yeah. Well, one crucial point I missed was that we were engaged too.
My Lord.
So I wanted to provide the utmost security. Like when I thought about kids, like aside from her, not to say of course I loved it, but was I really prepared for that? It didn't really determine whether I would be married to her or not. It was more so for my children to be raised in a home with 2 parents and solidifying it through an act of like legal enforcement.
That's about a year in, I would say, right? Roughly,
yeah. Yeah. So I was like, yo, I want my kids to know what it looks like, even if it doesn't work out. That shows that fall for love. You feel me? Like I was gonna.
Yeah, and
that's gangster shit. That's some man shit.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Taking responsibility for your actions, bro, and then that's a lesson you could pass on to your son.
Yep, for real. Like even if you mess up, you gotta make sure everything is locked down and secure. Yeah. Like, yo, you did that. Don't. Because the baby mama, it's just my personal perspective too. Like, you know, dudes out here taking care of the kids with the baby mama, but having a dad at home,
it's different.
It's different. Like I grew up with my dad at home, and I remember the times where he would go to Haiti for a week, and when he wasn't there, like it's different. So yeah, I got engaged. We're together. We're going through counseling sessions. Everything is rolling, and it's like from a certain perspective, everything looks as if it's okay, but there's always these questions on the overlay. So it was like, of course, we're still having times and memories and doing all that we need to do in the apartment, but there's always these questions just like trickling above. So now it comes to a point where it was a Tuesday. I'll never forget this day. I was at work and I get a text from her, and the picture that she sends me, her hand is almost as big as mine because she's like 6 foot, and it's a clump. It's a clump of blood in her hand, and she's holding it. So my first question when I saw, I was like, why is she holding it? Like, why would you hold a big blood clot in your hand? 2, what is that? And I'm hoping it's not what I think it is, because it's pretty big.
Right. It was a random text with a picture like that, right?
Yeah, because you know I'm working. Okay. So like 3 hours.
And what she said was, she
said, I don't know. She's like, I was like, the blood clot, and she's like, the blood clot. And so I was like, she's going to the hospital. So I'm like, duh, like go to the hospital. So I'm woozy at work. I'm like, cause
you saw.
Yeah. So I'm like, bro. And it so happened that there was already one twin lost, and that's the thing though. Even though the appointments weren't working out, the sonograms were all keeping up with what she was saying. And you know, the sonogram has the name, the time, the date, and it was like during her appointment time, all that. So then,
so she was bringing home the sonograms.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, like, it was all on this app, and it was like, and I went through the app, and it was like her doctor, like she said, so everything was like there in the app, and checking the sonograms and checking like the results from each appointment. So I'm like, all right. She said she lost one, even though I wasn't in an appointment. I saw the sonogram. There was only one. There was 2 sacs, and now there was only one left. And now she sent me this picture with the clump. So I'm just freaking out. Like, bro, already got the apartment, already engaged. Everything's happening, and I'm thinking I'm about to lose another one. I run out of work. I go meet her, and now she tells me she got diagnosed with like 5, like she has a cyst on her ovaries, fibroid cysts, and
all this other shit.
These other things, and my head is rolling like, but are you okay? Like, is the baby okay? And it's like she said that if there's a possibility when she gives birth that she like there's a risk of life from
on her end or the baby's.
It might be either or.
Okay.
Because of all the complications with her the system.
I'm trying to put myself in your shoes right now.
Right.
I'm trying to put myself in your perspective with her telling you all this. So
right. I knew about the cyst on her ovaries. That was true. Because I tested it out.
Bro, all it sounds like is just a bunch, with Jonathan's situation, there's a bunch of question marks.
Question marks everywhere. It's just
everywhere.
like,
you know,
what?
And now this, and now clip of blood, and it's like, now she got diagnosed with 4 different things.
Yeah.
How's the baby and whatnot.
Right.
Okay.
How do you even think clearly? Like, in that? Like, what's going on through your head right now? What's the next thing? Like, what are you thinking, bro?
Bro, the thing is like, you can't slow nothing down when you have so much to meet.
Right.
So it's like, I can't cater to what I think. There's things to be prepared, you know? It's like, I can't just sit at work and be like, damn, is she, like, my boss needs a report. Mm-hmm. Bro, I got to pick up groceries. I have to go get that couch that I said I was going to pick up. Right. So I was like, I can't think about what I need. All I know is there's a baby on the way. There are people who are expecting I rise to the situation, and I need to prepare for my next generation that's coming.
Right.
It's like, however I feel, it's still going to happen. Right. So I might as well prepare.
So when did you find out?
Right.
Did you find out any answer to this mystery at all?
Nope. Till this day, me, my family, my pastor's wife, my bro, we joke about it all the time. Till this day, it's just like, you'll never know. It's just like the mystery with the
But what happened?
Oh, yeah, what happened? So from Tuesday to clump, I said, if you bleed all week, we'll go to the hospital Saturday. She bleeds all week. We're at the hospital all day, and she's already off because she's like squirming around. She doesn't like being in hospitals, and I'm like, okay, whatever. The nurse comes back finally at 9:00 at night and tells us she tested negative for pregnancy. So I'm like, what? Like, and now I'm just all up in the nurse's face, like, how? Like, what does this mean? How did it happen? Like, give me information. I'm asking so many questions, and she's
Was she there? Was she there when the nurse said that?
Yeah.
What was her reaction?
She just like blank,
like poker face, like
like just
shut. Like, you guys are like,
right?
Do you feel relief? Do you feel like I don't like?
There's definitely not relief there.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, bro.
Definitely not relief. So I would
You're
be
right.
tight.
Probably not.
You get what I'm
better
saying?
put that baby back
So,
in. Yo, Lord, you better put another one in there.
So the nurse says that, and what's going through your mind right now?
I'm like, give me some answers. Like, yo, like I really want to like RKO the nurse. Like, bro, like, you're not giving me enough. Like, tell me, like, how long do we need to be here? Just give me the answers. And she's just like, I'm just gonna give you the discharge papers and you guys can go. And I'm like, was she ever pregnant? She's like, we can't tell that far, but she like, yeah. And it's just like, she like, yeah, what? I'm like, she's just like,
there's no baby.
No baby.
No
like,
baby.
Shit.
So to give like a clear timeline, this is how many months into what was this pregnancy that
this
you
is
found
month
out?
7.
Month 7.
Right.
Wow. Nah, man. No, wait. Why? That's very disappointing. It's not, man. I cannot put it. That's crazy, bro. No, wait.
Yeah.
Month 7.
Yeah.
So what was that? Clump, y'all still figuring it out or not?
I mean,
I'm like, they can't be what I'm thinking, bro.
Okay, let me finish the story.
Yo,
And
Kevin's shook right now.
No, wait.
Kevin's so shook.
I'm just mortified right now. Bro. I'm scared.
We'll
All right, go
finish
ahead.
the
You're
story.
scared.
So, everything gets put on pause. Like, we had the papers for marriage from City Hall to sign, the counseling, everything just skirt right on everything. And I sat down and really thought it through. And I remember I got a text from my pastor, and he sent me a picture of a 7-month-old baby. And I'm like, dang, that joint big. Like, that joint kind of like already ready to come out, like 7 months. And I'm like,
a baby could live if prematurely born at 7 months. The baby could live.
Yeah.
So
So I was like, this is 7 months, and this is the picture.
This is the clump.
And then that's when I fell out of love, and I was like, I just switched. I was just like,
boom. That was that turning point.
Yep. I was just sitting there like, oh, and I was in the apartment with her, and I remember I was even sleeping at the apartment because I just needed clarity. There was so many questions after that happened that I went back home with my parents. Meanwhile, I had a 2-bedroom, 900 square feet space, but I was like, I need the right space.
Right.
I need my stomping grounds to really understand what's happening.
Bring it back home. Right. Safe house.
Yeah. Bro, the environment plays a lot into how you think.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? And I remember I was sitting in the apartment like, oh, shoot. I got played. I was like, this is the biggest question. And this question can't be ambiguous. A baby can't be ambiguous. It's science. It's just fact. Like, if you're 7 months, and I started asking around, if you're 7 months, you go into premature labor, like you said, and there's no clumps, no matter what happens, you could drink all the soda you want, you can drink all the witch hazel, put mint up there, like, like, it just comes out. So now I confront her, but it's tough because whatever happened to that baby, it was still a baby, and she's responsible for it. So I guess that was the guilt of what I was seeing, because the cries that I heard, I'll say to this day, like, shook my soul. Like, the way she was crying, like, was scared. It was like midnight horror movie crying.
But you want to know what's crazy?
What?
What I'm thinking is, we don't even know why she was actually crying. It might not even be the baby. It might not even be that she lost the baby. Think about it.
I don't want to think about it no more. I'm
thinking about it too. Listen, you have to look at the situation through every single possible angle, and if you have to look at her actions all throughout then, and how she was moving and what she was doing and whatnot.
There's 20.
You know what I'm saying?
Possibilities.
That shit gonna fuck you up if you think like that.
Yeah,
so,
bro.
Yeah. Let's just talk about the facts and what actually really
happened.
Yeah.
So I go over and I'm just thinking, and now my pastor is telling me, I'm bringing this up to my pastor, like how I connected the dots, and he just tells me, bro, leave, like, run. He said, go to the apartment, no matter what she says to you. This was a good precursor. He gave me a good pep talk. He said, she's gonna say whatever, because I don't know, I guess spiritually, he saw it, whatever, but he was like, she's gonna say a lot to try to keep you around, but whatever you do, you have to leave that house no longer with her. He said, take back the ring, take back all you need to, but leave there finito. I went over, I told her, I told her, give me a few days, let me think about if I still want to do this. And I went back, I was like, I made my decision. I don't want to be with you no more. And I tell you this, like, in my memory, I don't remember her face. I felt like I was in a room with a serpent. Like, every time I think back, like I'm telling you now, I felt like it was like a snake slithering, because she was just so calm and precise. Like,
all the time too.
Precise. Like, she knows how to act in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, they call Kobe Mamba. Like, it's just like she had that Mamba moment. Because then when I told her I didn't want to be with her no more, she brought up everything everybody said about me. And it was accurate, but she just paraphrased it differently. So she was like, yo, your boy Jay, he told me you would do this to me. Like, you do this to girls all the time. Like,
yeah, but we all know that's not your character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she's using like,
she's gonna take you down the guilt trip.
Yes,
I know exactly.
And your pastor just told you this too.
Right. So I'm ready. I already loaded up. She's telling me all these names of what they said about me. So I had like the tear in the left eye, but I was like, nah, she just capping. But best believe, when I left that crib, I FaceTime everybody. Was like, did you say that about me? And it was like, I did say that, but not like that. So she was just taking what people said and just turning it.
Yeah. Right.
The next spin she caught me on was like, I think she was trying to ejaculate. She was pregnant again. Listen.
Nah, I would have been like, deuces, yeah.
She was like, no, I think she was like, either way, you're trying to leave me because I had a miscarriage and I knew I was going to be a single mother anyway. So she really came at my character with that one.
They're gonna try. Like, the thing is, when you're not the wrong one, regardless, in any type of situation, any type, when you're not the wrong one, they're gonna try to point that finger out at you to try to, when they're wrong, they're gonna try to point it at you to say that you're wrong. You know what I'm saying?
You back down on
Hell yeah, because that shit happens to me in a lot of situations.
Yeah,
happened to me with a female. Happened to me with professional corporate, they're gonna try to point out saying that you're the wrong one, but meanwhile, it's dumb.
So was there anything else at this point, right now that you're thinking clearly, now that you're not in the love is blind moment, was there anything else that came to the light that you realized that, oh shit, she was doing shit behind my back this whole time when through self-reflection? You know, like
I don't think she was doing shit behind his back. I think there was just Jonathan was probably thinking, even though he'll clarify. I think he was thinking all this was a lie.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Whenever people, like the aftermath, I tell the story, they're like, how did you cope with it? Like getting past it when it was all said and done. It's just like, I just remove her as a person. It's just a lie. Like, I don't try to extract, oh, like that was a good time. And, you know, this is, you know how you get over relationships? That just wasn't the one.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just a lie. That's it. That's all it was. It was a lie. A big fat lie.
Everything was a lie. So she wasn't.
How can I believe that you love me, but you put me through, I don't even know what to call that. Not even a whirlwind. Like, you put me through all this.
Tell us.
Chaos.
So she lied about. She lied. So if she lied about the baby, she definitely lied about everything else in her life. Because if you lie about something that major, you lie about everything else.
Yeah, and what I'm still thinking about, because you brought up something interesting. You were saying like you was coming home with cash, left, right, whatever, and shit was going missing. You never finished that story, so I'm still thinking, what happened to this money that you're bringing home?
Where that bread at, bro?
All right, so we're gonna wrap it all home. All right, so I'm breaking up with her, right? I'm gonna finish this, and she accuses me of cheating. And that's one thing I think anybody can say about me. Like, I'm a simp. Like, if I cheat, I'll be the first one to tell on myself. Like, I can't, like, I just can't think of me exchanging that type of intimacy with someone else and then bringing that type of energy to another person who has nothing to do with it.
Same here, bro.
You feel me? Like, it's just like, that's mad fake. So I'm just laughing at her. Then she gets revved up, screaming at me, tries to throw my clothes out the window. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gone. I'm not with that. I'm with the back and forth. I'm not with the insults and anything more than that.
Right.
So I leave, I go home.
Hell yeah.
By the time I take that 10-minute walk home, she calls me, and she's all calm and collected. And she's like, you know what? I'm just sorry. Like, I didn't mean to act that way. I just feel like you're not giving me a fair chance to, like, really try. And I'm like, I'm just going with it because I realize she's really gone.
She's really a psychopath.
So I'm just like, just cooing it. Just like, yeah, you know what? I will.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no problem. It's all good. It's okay. It's like the people at the psych ward in the movies. Like, you just try to give them the shot. It's like, it's okay. It's all right. Just, ooh, yeah. Just, yeah.
So you're basically yesing her to death. You're yesing her right now.
Because he knows her bullshit. So you're just going to be like, yeah.
And make it feel genuine. So she's moving out. Everything's getting, like, she's getting her stuff together. Like, she packed my stuff up 2 times. And when I walked in, I was like, yo, put my stuff back. Don't touch my stuff. I'm staying here after you leave. That's none of your business. And she did it twice. So then I knew she was really going, like, you'd be back and forth, like, duplicity in her mind. And I'm just like, oh, she's really falling apart. She couldn't keep it together at the end. So she leaves. She's gone. She was like, oh, can we still be friends? We're talking about being friends. And it's like, we're going over times in high school. I'm just laughing like, yeah, get out. Like, get out. She finally leaves, right? I'm about to celebrate. It's around my birthday. I'm about to turn 21. I'm about to, I'm getting my money together. Yo, tell me why my money couldn't really come together. my money was like, my money was Swiss cheese. Like, there was a slice, but there was holes in my money. And I'm checking, and then I trace it back, and she was taking money through PayPal. She was forwarding herself money. Like, she would forward her she said she forwarded her brother $100 one time. I said, okay, whatever he needed. It was emergency.
Yeah.
Then I see 2 other times I didn't know about, $200, $100. Then she did 10, 15. And I started doing the math. I'm on my calculator at work, like, that's about $500 something. Then like, she's gone now, right? After she sends the farewell text message to my mother saying that, oh, your son cheated on me. He left me because I had a miscarriage.
Yo, what?
Right. And my mom just looking at me like, we gonna pray for her. Like, we gonna have a good prayer tonight. I'm like, I'm not praying for her. I don't forgive her yet. But
take your time, bro.
Yo, for real. So now everyone starts coming out after she leave. Like, my cousin that was staying with her, she said, yo, one day she put $100 in her purse, and the only person that seen her do it was her, and the $100 went missing. Every time she was around when someone put money, it went missing. There was a sister at the church. She treated her like a sister, for real. She had laundry money. it was like $60, $70, and they mad cool. Like she would do anything for them. Laundry money went missing. Roommate stuff went missing. All these stuff started going missing.
This girl was just fucking
a leech.
I feel like with this girl, there's definitely, I don't know, mentally she's probably, I don't know, going through something. She probably has some condition.
She got like some multiple personality
because
type
the
shit, you know what I'm
the shit he told me, she's doing this, that, do bop, boop, bop. You know what I'm saying?
In real time, you don't know.
You don't think like that.
That's what I'm saying. In real time, everyone was like, oh, it went missing.
And you wasn't thinking like that.
Yeah.
And it took for you to keep on getting hit with those jabs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you got that major knockout blow. Boom. That woke you up. The major knockout was the baby. That, and you was getting those minor jabs where you was just eating them up.
Yeah.
Then it said, boom.
Boom.
And that shit woke you up. Because you was, it's not bad, but when you're in love with someone, when you have feelings towards something, anything that happens or anything that anyone else tells you kind of just goes in one ear and comes out the other because you're so stubborn and stuck in your ways or whatever like that. So, you know, you finally woke up and now you're putting the pieces together like, oh shit, this happened. It's like a crime scene. Like, oh, from the bottom to the top.
And from all the way back then.
Yeah. And it's like, holy shit. I like, you know what I'm saying? But despite me and Adrian talking prior to this, despite everything that you've been through, it caused you to rise up to the occasion, and it brought out a better you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because who would have thought a 20-year-old kid could just, you're not a kid, you're a young man. Forgive me for saying that. 20-year-old young man rose up really to the occasion of like a grown-ass man, you know, working full-time job, doing doubles, whatever the case is, doing whatever the fuck he can, you know, getting your own crib, you know what I'm saying? 2-bedroom. Putting food on the table, you know what I'm saying, sleepless nights, you know what I'm saying, thinking about getting a car, thinking long term like that, like this, like in a blink of an eye, and it just shows you what you're capable of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, like you told me, like you say this a lot, like you're a very wise dude. Like expect the unexpected. As cliche as it sounds, like everyone says it, but it's like, holy shit, you didn't expect her to do you this wrong, but at the same time, you didn't expect yourself to rise up like that. Now you look back, you're like, holy shit, like I did that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like and it's like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And you're only going to the top from here. Like that ain't nothing. If you could get through that, like imagine when you want to do shit on your own time and go get a crib, like you could actually do that. Right. Oh shit, you know what? I don't got the pressure of me needing to get a property, but I know that I could get a property. So you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Now you're gonna have fun with getting a house or fun with doing shit. You know what I'm saying? So wow, like big up to you. And I just, with that whole love shit, like you gotta be careful. And we're not trying to be, for anyone out there and anyone listening to this, we're not trying to be like sexist or whatnot or just one-sided, because it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and not for nothing, just to touch upon that one topic about Love is Blind, because I feel like that's something that's very, very, very important. And I feel like, you know what, you can definitely have love for someone, but at the end of the day, you really got to stay aware of the action. At the end of the day, action speaks louder than words. And I'll tell you one thing, at the end of the day, I've been in situations where I'll get essays. Adrian, I love you so much. You're this, you're this, you're this, you're that, you're everything. And I'm just like, yo, my love language is words of affirmation. So when I get that words of affirmation, my heart is so filled and I can get blind. But behind the back, it's like, yo, they're scheming, like in your situation. And what happens is, if you're not aware of that action, you end up getting really fucking hurt.
Yeah. So you gotta be, and like you said, you gotta pay attention to what you, like she says something, but she's doing something else. So once you take note of it, just for anyone else listening out there, you know,
stay aware.
Of you, like, despite what anyone's telling you, make sure the actions add up. They make sense. And if they don't make sense, don't give too much leeway. Because when you get, like Pop Smoke saying all this on, they take advantage of you if you let them. And she was taking advantage of you because you was letting it. At some point, you gotta just put your foot down. And thankfully, you did that at that major point. Like, it took you to then, you know what I'm saying? When the baby, and you was like, nah, that's it. Enough is enough. And you gotta learn when, like, enough is enough.
As far as I'm concerned, what I took away from this, which I really am trying to learn, is that the people you grew up with, whether it be your moms or whatever, yo, man, you gotta listen to them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because really, I never thought that what I was going through, I always thought that it was just lovey-dovey or whatever, that I was fine, that this was fine, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I ignored my mom so many times. You know what I'm saying? And when the time came, you just think back, like, bro, I should have listened so many times. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you got all these people, bro. You gotta listen to them. They know what they're saying, you know, because they're 20/20 vision clear. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not. None of us are. You know?
None of us are. And just to like one of the main lessons here that I was gonna say as an intro is that, like, mom, for anyone out there, I think your parents, if your parents like are really, everyone's parents are, but I think your parents know best and know what's best for you because they know you so well. You know what I'm saying? Like, your mom told you, she ain't the one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had a situation. You know what my mom said? She's not the one. Right. Literally, I was getting red flag. I was getting the same shit, right? She was just filling me up, gassing me up.
Right.
But the actions weren't adding up. You know what I'm saying? And my mom wanted to meet this person, and when the person dubbed it, my mom was like, "Nah, that's not it."
Wow.
Or I just started changing. My mom started to see me change. Cause that's my mother. She know me best.
Yeah.
So she started to see me change. She's like, "Ethan, you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, no, I'm not." But I'm gonna just play it off. Yeah, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she knew something was up. She was like, "Yo, this person's kind of changing you." Right. And then my mom's like, "Nah, that's not the one." And then I was like, "You know what? My mom's right." And then I took a step back. I respect my mom so much, and I know she knows, and she was right. Mom, your parents know best. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think it's when it comes only one thing. When it's for your dreams, sometimes. Your dream, you gotta whatever you want to do in life, whether it's your dreams, you gotta set apart their opinion.
Yes.
Because sometimes people could put their limits on you,
right?
And no one should put a limit on you besides you. Right. Even though that's outside this topic, that's the only thing. But I think your parents, like when it comes to people and people you're around, parents know what's best for you. My dad knew. He looked at this one person around my circle. He's like, "Yo, I ain't gonna be your friend." And I wasn't my friend.
Well, they do know, and I'll definitely say, just a recap.
For anyone, right? What do you want to tell anyone out there listening? Just what you want to tell them.
Yeah.
As a closeout, that would be the closeout. What do you want to tell them?
Yeah, I would definitely say
a message to a younger you.
Right now, yeah.
Jonathan, let me tell you one thing. Though you know the best for your dreams, you might not know the best for your love. And what you allow will continue. And that goes for yourself more importantly. You're the first person on your team. No one else. You got to work and make sure that you're right so everyone else around you can be right. So if you're off, everyone around you is going to be off. And more importantly, community is so important. You can't do things alone. You can't. You might think that you're doing it well alone, but you can always do better together. You can do pretty good by yourself. But everything is better together because we're here for diversity. We're here for perspective. And the more that you have, the more you can get a result of what you're doing and how well you're doing it. Your mom loves you. Your mom knows. Mom knows. And if she has a vagina and isn't your mother, don't trust her. I still go by that to this day. To this day. I told
Be
Shorty
patient.
that.
Build the trust. Watch the action.
All right. I told Shorty straight up, listen.
Not all vaginas bad.
No, listen. If you have a vagina and you aren't my mother, I don't trust you. That's it.
I mean, I
love you. I'll care for you. You need anything, let me know. I'm here. We can talk.
I have that problem too, but we gotta learn how to be vulnerable. And just Jonathan, we gotta learn how to be vulnerable too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And forgive.
I have that too.
Yeah.
Despite everything I've been doing, I have that too.
Yeah, same.
We all do. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta learn how to be vulnerable. You gotta be open when another female wants to come in your life or another person.
Yeah, I'm vulnerable. No, definitely. I tell this story all the time. I think that's vulnerable, but I think
be open.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I think you're looking more to develop the trust because it has to develop somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust someone off.
Be the friend first.
Exactly.
See how they move in all aspects. Look at every single angle.
Yeah, take it there first.
Another thing I'll tell myself is before she becomes your girlfriend, really make her your girlfriend. Like,
girl/friend.
Girl/friend. So even before you say, you know what, we're going to get in a relationship, let's say y'all about to go to Target, tell your mom meet you in Target in 20 minutes, make a fake bump in like y'all gonna bump into each other. Let her, talk to you. If you're on the FaceTime with her, you'll let your mom get the phone for a few minutes. Let your mom feel it out. Y'all still really friends. You're not gonna kiss her. You're not gonna touch her. You're not gonna call her stink, poo, or baby.
Both ways too. Vice versa. Both ways.
Both ways. But really allow it to be felt out. Like, hit them up here and there. Don't talk every day. Don't be so intimate, but really be friends. Check up on one another, and then have other people outside that you trust that have good discernment and are wise, and see what they think.
Word.
As friends before you 7 months deep.
Before you in a Jonathan situation, Jonathan, I want to thank you, man, for sharing your story. You're a person that inspires me through your post, your Instagram posts. Continue doing what you're doing. You got some, you're just an incredible dude, and you just, like I said, you inspire me. And just thank you for again sharing your story, and thank you for those listening and tuning in. I hope this helped anyone out there. It could be one person. Like, subscribe. Follow us, whatever the case may be. Brothers in the Deep End, and my brother right here, Jonathan. Thank you. Love. Later.
Bye.
Dog.
Deuces.
Bye.